So here, dominion was the cause of it. All right? Today, 85% gone. What we have is only 15% remain. That is so sad. All happened because of one species. The church blames human species using one word, human activity. That is the word. United Nations organization also in their climate change conventions, which happened from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil in 1992, and then Kyoto 1997, Durban and Copenhagen, and COP 21 in Paris, COP 26 in Glasgow, COP 28 in Dubai, the last one in 23. They use that word human activity. Human activity is done by human person. For the past 4 million years, we have been doing some activities that are against nature. Against nature. That's why they use the word human activity. Pope is also using the same word in the chapter 3 of Laudato Si, which he has branded human roots of our ecological crisis, which points to the activities of human beings. Our activities are too much based for our own interest, extremely anthropocentric. So, dominion model ecosophy uses the extreme approach towards nature because God Himself gave permission, and also two times He told, not even once. So, brother read the text, you heard two times. One time is enough. We can create big problem. Again, He reminds after one verse, exercise dominion. My God. Again, I don't know why He repeated two times. One is enough, my Lord. This species can do it. Two times. So that is what happened. Immediately we took it seriously. He told two times. Better we do that. Otherwise we will commit sin. If we don't destroy the earth, we are committing sin. So let us go and exercise our dominion. You know what? All those events happened in human history are outcome of that 8-letter word, dominion. So completely, recent events, if I say, globalization, dominion. Some 50 years ago, evangelization. So they went all over the world, like Portuguese missions and Spanish mission. They went to South America and they evangelized. And then they destroyed the local cultures like Aztec, Maya, Inca, completely obliterated. They built their cathedrals on the temples of these three civilizations. And in the Middle Ages, Jesuits were working in South America. You must have seen a movie called The Mission. Anybody, did you see that movie? No, The Mission. It talks about the Spanish and Portuguese missions in South America. So where they went, popes also, they wrote their encyclicals in those times, go convert them all, make them Christians. And if they don't become Christians, kill them all. Yeah, kill them all. If they resist, take action. So even Jesuit priests were killed. So this is dominion because church believed that God gave them a mission. They have to do it by all means at all cost. Yes. So they went all over the world. And also actually they went to colonize first. India was colonized by British people, Christian country, because Bible says, go and exercise your dominion. So they came to India. They thought we are all ignorant, some idiotic persons. We don't know nothing. We are some forest animals, monkeys. So they needed to come and rule us. So they came here and ruled them, dominion. So this is the colonization is one of the outcome of that 8-letter word. You take all the missions in the world are done by Christians, mostly Catholics, like Belgium, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Portugal, only Christian countries, and Ireland. All these people, they came here, British, they came to India completely. They destroyed even forest. You know, we had so much of green cover, dominion. They came, destroyed and planted tea, coffee. All these some items were introduced to the native people, and they baptized even the native people in the jungles, and they made Christian community separating them from their own culture. I mean, there is nothing wrong with converting to another faith, but also culture we have to change. That is something very bad. This culture has been developed by our ancestors for millions of years. Culture is not something can be bought and sold immediately. Culture has to cultivate into a culture. So in India, when even the government BJP talks about culture, there is a truth in it, in the sense that we need to preserve our Indian culture or Hindu culture. Hindu culture is nothing but Indian culture. We are all Hindus only. The people, those who live beyond Indus, are known as Hindus. That is how Western people branded us. For Western people, Indus River is in Pakistan border, Gujarat, Pakistan border. So Western people see beyond Indus River, known as Hindus. We are beyond Indus River. We are known as Hindus. So this is what we are, our culture. Even Sanskrit, that language is a classical language. In Rome, people value Latin, isn't it? When we were seminarians, we were studying Latin for 2 years. Before that, 3 years they studied Latin. So, you see, that language you are saying yes. But for our own Sanskrit language, why should we say no to it? It is one of the beautiful old language on which all the literatures, all the great epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, Kalidasa, Shakuntala, all those Indian literatures were written by Sanskrit. So language did not do any bad thing for us. It has provided literature for us. So there is nothing wrong in learning a new language. It's a dead language. Nobody uses it anymore. But still, it is our national pride. In Gupta period, that is from 2nd century to 5th century, the Gupta period is known as the golden age of India. So in that period, this Sanskrit flourished in our land. So I think these are all cultural heritage. Cultural heritage. India is rich in cultural heritage, and foreign missions and foreign government states came here and destroyed most of it. You know, Africa. In Africa, all those Christian countries they went inside and turned into yeah, evangelizing institution, and thus, I mean, baptism is okay. You can become Christians, but you don't have to destroy their culture. And you know, in Africa, they wear coat, suit, tie, even the way they eat with the fork and knife. Completely, their culture is being transformed into Western culture. It's like a monoculture. So here we are losing our cultural identity by adapting to some other religion. You don't have to become completely to their way of life. Still, you can maintain your way of life, your lifestyle. At the same time, believe in Christ. There is nothing wrong with that. But we have to save our culture. And also, the First World War, Second World War, all of them fought between these nations, Christian nations, dominion. Because even now in Europe, the war is going on. Even America going and doing, helping other people to win their war. America has become a mercenary. Anybody can call Americans for help. They are ready to go and do their business. And completely domination. And Christian people are the highest white people race, no? They are the like a Brahmins. Other people are like second class citizens. All this came because of that dominion text. All those evils perpetrated on the planet, like poaching, exploitation, extracting minerals. Capitalism is the biggest outcome of this dominion model ecosophy. Capitalism is there. And make other people poor. Because they took all the resources from the colonized world and they made other people impoverished. So today Africa is one of the richest countries in the world. They have so many mineral resources, but the people remain poor. All the resources, the people like colonized countries, mostly Christian countries, have taken them away. So today they are left again poor. They came, took away, and they left only filth, only waste. So this is how India is also. So I can tell you so many things that what they have done in the name of dominion model. Even Goa, you must have heard about Goa Inquisition. In Goa also, Portuguese people ruled, and at that time, lot of conversion going on in Portuguese territory in Goa. I'm talking about 15th and 16th centuries during the time of St. Francis Xavier. So at that time there was a law, the people, those who live in Portuguese territory, Portuguese came only end of 14th and early part of the 15th century, but they conquered and took the land, native land, and they made a legislation. Everybody should become Christians. Whether you live for 2 million years in this land, now it is a Christian country is ruling. Everybody should become Christian. And many people refused. And then they kicked them out. Popes wrote a letter and then they kicked them out of the Christian territory. Those accepted Christianity can remain, they can continue. But most of Indian people, they didn't want to become Christians. They told, we don't want, we are going out. So they abandoned their home land and houses and they made an exodus out of their own territory. So that is what today BJP government is also referring what happened in the 15th and 16th centuries. If you know your history well, then you can see the truth. If you don't know anything, you are going to tell, no, this government is very bad. That is how people brand them. But there is a truth in it. So we need to see the truth. We are righteous people. We are not going to take sides with anybody here. Our truth is the only thing which has value. We never go against the truth. We are with the truth. So only truth can set us free. Another important outcome, this is the very bad outcome. You know what? Economic growth. That is the outcome of the dominion model, ecosophy. There are different economic growth models. There is low economic growth model, medium economic growth model, high economic growth model, and super high economic growth models. All the Christian countries are focused on super high. That's why all the Christian countries are rich. Whether it is Australia, whether it is Europe, whether it is Canada or America, all the Christian countries are filthy rich because of that misinterpretation of the biblical word dominion. So today, it's all right. Western people, they made a mistake. But today, mistake is being repeated by all of the countries. As I said, it was done by few countries. They opted to adopt to high economic and super high economic growth models. But today, all the countries want to adopt high economic and super high economic growth models. That is the truth I am talking about. India used to be in a low economic growth model in 1940s. I am talking about 50s. Low economic growth. What is a low economic growth? It is only I take what I need, I leave the rest of the thing for future generations. I don't have to exploit nature. I just take enough to get by, my sustenance. Okay? Even agriculture was at that time only we produce food for eating, not for selling. No. So then we came the middle economic, okay, growth model, maybe in 1960s. So we put fertilizers and then we killed the soil and we produced food and then we began to sell them, and then from that money we began to buy car, refrigerator, land. So we saw agriculture is a kind of a profit making machine. That's how we viewed. But low economic growth model viewed it is a sustenance. God told, till it and keep it. Genesis 2:15. He talks to the first humans, hey, I give you so much land, till it and keep it. That means use it, don't abuse it. But we tilled too much and we kept too little, isn't it? That is what has happened. So here, the high economic growth model India is now adopting. Now all our dealings, we want to produce, distribute, sell, be heavily dependent on industry, and we burn coal heavily and we use fossil fuels and pollute the whole atmosphere. Today, three countries are doing extreme pollution: America, China, India. India. These are the biggest polluters in the world, unfortunately. Our land is known as the land of ahimsa, non violence. I don't know why we ended up in this, I don't understand. The Indian culture taught us frugal way of living and satya, all right? We should live by truth. Mahatma Gandhi adopted two great principles called satya and ahimsa. So that is also ecosophy. We are going to discuss tomorrow Mahatma Gandhian principles of ecosophy. First of all, we should learn thoroughly. We have been taught in the school, but we didn't understand much. That we learned. But today, time has come to apply what we have learned in the school to our present conditions of life. All those good things, whole world is adopting, whole world is applying now. Mostly, the ideas what they are giving to us is completely the interpretation of Mahatma Gandhian Satya, Dharma, and Ahimsa, and Swaraj, Swadeshi, and Sarvodaya. Completely the Indian concepts they have developed, and they are giving books like this, writing encyclicals. All of them are now available. I told you all the literature is being developed, inspired by the greatest writings of Indian people. So we are going to discuss about what is the Satya. Jainism taught about 5 Mahavows, Vratas. One is Ahimsa, second is Satya, the third is Asteya, not stealing. The fourth is Aparigraha, that is non possession, no consumption, energy use, very less. Aparigraha, renouncing. The last one is Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is not marrying and getting your own children. India needs urgently Brahmacharya. We should make all the youngsters priests and monks, at least for 15 years. Every one of us should be put in ashramam and put them as a monks. No interaction between ladies and men. 15 years, there should be a, what is that, lockup, like coronavirus lockup. There should be embargo. It should be happen very soon. Otherwise, there is no salvation.